There's no such thing as government funded. There's just taxpayer funded. So why don't they fix the roads? We pay taxes, don't we? I have never seen the roads in the United States this bad. I've never seen them this bad. Why is there so many potholes? We didn't really have any bad winters in the Northeast. I remember they used to fix the roads. I'm hitting potholes like crazy. I don't know. Is it like that all over the country? Because in Florida, it's terrible. In the Northeast, it's terrible. I know New York City is terrible. I'm assuming it's like that all over the country. I don't know for sure. I haven't been all over the country in the past couple of years. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. Like, are they putting any money into the roads or what? Are they forgetting to fix the roads? I mean, it's a serious question. Because I don't want to have to bring my car into the shop for something that could have been prevented. I don't have to keep bringing my car into the shop to get something fixed. The boot ripped. These potholes are crazy. I hit some pretty... And you know, out here, when you're driving out in the country, the back roads, you can't really see the roads that good. So, bang, you hit a pothole and you're like, didn't even see it coming. Come on, man, we pay taxes, right? We pay taxes. Can we at least get the roads fixed? I don't know, man. Where's the money going? Fix the roads. Just fix the roads. It's easy. It's not difficult. It's not rocket science. How much does a little bit of tar cost? Come on. Come on, let's fix the roads, please. Let's just fix the roads. This is crazy, man. And what was going on with the article? I seen The Economist and a few other publications talking about, it was a couple weeks back, intermittent fasting is not healthy and it's bad for your health. It's dangerous, they were saying. And I'm thinking, I'm like, are these the same people that were telling us to eat cereal for dinner? Just a few weeks before that. Eat cereal for dinner? Have you seen the ingredients in that cereal? Some of those ingredients they put in plastic. Some of the ingredients are used in industrial. Just look it up, man. All this information is online. Don't eat poison. It's that simple. So they want you to eat cereal for dinner, but they say intermittent fasting is terrible for your health. That doesn't make any sense. There is so much research on intermittent fasting. So much. You don't have to be genius level intelligence to understand how it actually works. Go watch one of the million YouTube videos on how it actually works. They'll break it down for you. I saw somewhere that the average 20-year-old has half the amount of testosterone that they would have had 30 years prior. And your testosterone, it goes hand in hand with dopamine. And another thing that's interesting is, why are they acting so funny about a solar eclipse? Like, there's been solar eclipses before. You didn't have to call the National Guard or FEMA, declare a state of emergency about it. Come on, it's a solar eclipse. The sun and the moon always coincide with each other once in a while. What's the big deal? And then it's like, okay, they're saying, we're going to turn on CERN on that day. You're going to turn on CERN on that day? And then they're going to fire rockets into it for some sort of research. You know what? Why don't you just leave shit alone for once? You know? You put all kinds of aerosols in the sky, causing rain. We don't need any of this stuff. We don't need your little intervention. It's ridiculous. You know, some days I go outside, I look at a blue sky, and I look up into the sky, and I'm like, what is this? It looks crazy. And then the funny thing is nobody talks about it on the news. Nobody talks about it at all. I constantly go up to people and point it out. Hey, what's that? What's that in the sky? And I get a lot of interesting reactions from people. Now, I'll say I've done this because I can't help it. I got to say something. I got to point it out. I got to point out the obvious. They don't do it on the TV. They don't even come up with a good lie for you guys to chew on. It's just like, sweep it under the rug. Don't talk about it. You know, at least I could think of a better lie for them to use. You could say, oh, it's global warming and we need to spray these things into the stratosphere to lower the Earth's temperature so the polar ice caps don't melt. I think they tried that, but nobody believes that. We go in cycles. This is what I've learned. The Earth goes through cycles. For some periods of time, it's warmer. For other periods of time, it's cooler. That's the natural fluctuations of the Earth. We go in cycles. It's just like night and day. There's a cycle of night and day. There's a cycle of winter, summer, and the seasons. It gets cold, it gets warm. And then we have bigger cycles of where the summers get warmer and the winters get warmer. And then we'll have cycles where they both get cooler. The seasons get a little cooler for 50 to 80 years or something. I don't know the exact statistics on it, but that's the way it works. And there's actually cycles that go beyond that. But that's what they're not telling you. There's natural cycles. And so it's like, why do they want to filter out the sun's rays? Is my question. Why do they want to filter out the sun's rays? Aren't you cold enough? Aren't you cold-blooded enough? We need the sun. Our bodies work off of the information that the sun gives us, man. Fall back. What are you guys doing? Now, the same people that are doing that screening, I'm not even going to use the words because first of all, I don't even know if this video is going to get flagged for what I'm talking about right now, but I have to say it. But the same people who are screening out the sun are trying to convince people they need to eat fake meat. Now, that fake meat is loaded with all kinds of ingredients that are basically poison to the human body. Poison to the human body. Make no mistake about it, ladies and gents. If you eat that stuff, you're going to end up in an early grave. I just have to say it seriously. There comes a time for sugarcoating, and that time is not now, I guess. It's just not. Sometimes you got to be direct. Eat that stuff, you're going to end up in the hands of the pharmaceutical industry. You're going to end up in the hospitals, in the doctor's office, in the clinics, so they can write you prescriptions on your way out. And I'm not talking about on your way out the door. I'm talking about on your way out, if you know what I mean. Come on, man. It's called the long tail model, okay? I have books that I can show you here. The person who wrote this book explains it very nicely on how food corporations and pharmaceutical companies work together. The food corporations mentioned in this book have private meetings with Pfizer, with all these pharmaceutical companies. For what? What do you think? Because a lot of the foods are causing a lot of the medical conditions that you gotta go into the doctor's office for. So, I mean, you know what? Some people just love it. They want to live their life the way they want to, and they want to, eat poison and end up on statins, cholesterol drugs. But come on, people. If you know any family or friends that are, in this kind of predicament, you know that you can't really, like, some people will try to talk sense into them, but that's not really the way it works. You can't do that. The only thing you really can do is set a good example. You have to set that example, and you have to set it good. You got to walk the walk and talk the talk, but you have to set the example. Because if you're not healthy yourself and you don't have lots of energy yourself, they're just going to be like, all that health stuff really isn't adding up. So I might as well keep eating my Reese's and Ben and Jerry's and my Fruit Loops before I go to sleep. I mean, one of the things about it is you don't notice how deep down you are until you really get healthy. Like, I remember I used to eat a giant bowl of cereal every night. Like, I had to have that. It was like my after dinner treat, this big bowl of this sugary cereal. Even though it said organic on the box, that's all BS. It's all processed food. And I was eating this every single night. And I'll wake up in the morning, I'll eat a bagel, egg and cheese bagel, cream cheese, whatever. Or I make, rice with eggs, something heavy carbs in the morning. And that's all I did was eat carbs all day long. Grinders, pizza. And then when I started doing some research and I started finding out, wait a minute, this actually is not really good. It's lowering my energy. Hold up. I'm one of those people that I like to have high energy. So if I find something's messing up my energy and making me crash, I was making mistakes at work and all this stuff. I was like, I got to do something about this. So I changed my diet. I didn't quit carbs altogether, but I lowered my carbs and I only ate natural carbs like sweet potatoes, maybe some quinoa, some fruits, but I didn't overdo it. And I ate more meat, more healthy proteins, and a lot more vegetables. And it was as if it's hard to even explain. I can't even put it into words of how I didn't even know my body was in that much pain. I didn't know I was in that much pain. Like when I started waking up in the morning on this new diet, I noticed I wasn't as hungry when I woke up in the morning. So now I can exercise on an empty stomach. As to before, I would get dizzy if I tried to exercise on an empty stomach. But now I could exercise on an empty stomach. I could walk far. I started jogging a little bit more and I had bad knees. My knee pain went away. I had severe pain in my foot because of an injury. All the pain in my ankle and my foot went away. I tore my shoulder rotator cuff a number of times breakdancing. That went away. I was like, wait a minute. So I'm really not getting old. I'm actually just, this is the way I'm supposed to feel. And I was in my late 30s when I did this, or mid 30s when I finally switched my diet for the better. And I'm like, wait a minute. Getting old. I thought I was getting old. I wasn't getting old. The diet I was consuming was making me old. You see, this is what people don't understand. People walk around like, yeah, I'm just getting old, man. Just getting old. That's the way it is when you get old. No, you're not getting old, dude. You're still in your late 30s or 40s. People in their 50s. Dude, I saw a video not too long ago. This yogi guy in his 90s doing planches, L-sits, holding the L-sit up forever. There's this picture of this 90-year-old woman holding on to a sign doing a human flag. Come on, man. We don't get old unless we allow ourselves to get old. And there's some people that don't want to tolerate that type of thing. If they have it within their power to be like, wait a minute, I want to live a better life. I want range of movement. I want to feel agile. And they do what they have to do. I'm a little under the weather today because I'm in Connecticut right now. In the past 4 days has been nothing but steady rain. Thick gray clouds hanging over the state of Connecticut. There was even snow this morning, and we're in April. We're supposed to be in a grand solar maximum right now. It's not even supposed to be this cold, but we know why. Some of us know why it's cold right now when it's not supposed to be. Because we're actually supposed to be in global warming. Remember what they used to say? Global warming is coming. They call the natural cycle global warming, so they can scam people out of. Exactly. Good, you're catching on now. Good. We're getting somewhere. Okay. But yeah, I'm feeling a little under the weather. But one thing I do know, every time I go out in that rain, when they've been aerosoling the sky, right? And then I go out in the rain the next day, I get sick. I catch a cold. It happens all the time. I try to stay out of that rain. But I had to go to work, and I was in and out, and the rain getting on me, and I had to go make money. I had to go work, put my boots on, and do what I got to do. So I'm in the rain working, and I'm thinking, I bet you I'm going to get sick, because this isn't natural rain. And what do you know? Past couple of days feeling like garbage. But I'm not going to let it hold me down. A little bit sore throat or whatever. A little achy. So what? Whatever. It's frustrating when you know so many things, but it seems like the majority of people don't even pay attention to anything except what's being pushed into their face. They don't even see anything unless it's being pushed in their face. So unless the mainstream news were to push it in their faces, then they would say, oh yeah, oh, look. So if they're not doing that, then of course they're not gonna notice. And then we got the Diddy distraction. These celebrities, man, they don't stop, do they? And the funny thing is for years, we knew Diddy was a crazy lunatic. And we already suspected he had something to do with Biggie and Tupac's murder. We already knew that years ago. People were already saying that. Channels that I used to watch, this is old news, stuff that P. Diddy's doing. So why now? Like, what do they need a distraction for? Hollywood's crazy because they'll let somebody do some foul shit for so long, and then when they feel like pushing it out there to the public, they'll let it out. It's like, okay, when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, okay, but why? Why are we being force-fed this thing? And I'm not gonna lie, it's entertaining. You got 50 Cent over there just going ham on this guy, and you got people, talking this and that. It's this high emotional stuff. But the thing is none of that stuff that they're talking about is gonna improve your life. You having an opinion on P. Diddy, whether it's good or bad, or whatever you think, like, how is that helping your life? How is that getting you to the next level? Because it's not. Who cares about P. Diddy? He's been doing that for years and nobody did nothing about it. So I'm like, I see this stuff and I'm like, okay, distraction time. We need another distraction. That's what we need. The people need another distraction. So, yeah, let's go and look at this and laugh at it and have a good time, right? Because we need an escape from our arduous life. Our life, we're miserable. We go to work every day, right? We grind, work hard every single day just to get paid just a little bit, right? Maybe we could pay down the debt. We could pay all the bills and then, got to get right back to work because, the bills don't stop flowing in. So, we use this social media or this distraction and TV or whatever. We use it as a numbing agent. It's numbing. And I ain't gonna front. I look at the stuff, I get into it, but then I gotta try to catch myself because I don't want that. I can literally feel, like, if I'm on Instagram or whatever, Twitter, and I go down the wrong path, because it always happens. Like, there's good information you can get on these platforms, but somehow they put something in your face to catch your attention. They know exactly what kind of content is gonna hook you. That's what these algorithms do. They know exactly what to put in your face to hook you so that you go right down this path of, And they want your eyes locked in on that. There's a reason, because advertisers pay for people that are looking on those platforms. So if nobody's looking on the platform, there's no advertising dollars to make. But I think it's more than that. That's just the surface level reason. It's actually a lot deeper than that when you want to get into the way propaganda works and all of that. There's books on this that you can read. But yeah, I noticed myself and I'm like, wait a minute, what am I doing? I throw the phone across the room, dude. I just say, I'll be scrolling and be like, all right, that's enough. That's enough. I just throw it. I get up and I start moving. This is crazy. Like, it is very good at hooking you. I mean, I can speak for myself. Like, I have a pretty strong will when it comes to not doing something that I don't want to do. But I catch myself and I'm like, damn, they got me again. They got me. I was just, 15, 20 minutes down the wrong path just now. Whatever. What is it? I'm writing comments and all this stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about some current events. Just as something that I can look back on. And I'm not trying to get my video flagged, because I've came up on YouTube making videos, ranting or what have you. And then I've had videos get flagged. I have had videos that they wouldn't post. It's not necessary to go overboard and start calling out names and all this stuff. Certain keywords that you say in a video could flag your video, and then whatever you're saying pertaining to those keywords can get your video taken down. So, and then if you get too many strikes, they'll just deplatform your channel. But I'm actually trying to grow my YouTube channel right now, and this video might be hurting my channel. I don't know. It might hurt my channel, but I'm compelled to talk real shit sometimes. And this video may not be for a lot of people, but it's for me, because I want to look back and say, oh, I remember during that time. Oh yeah, I remember that. We used to do this with the video camera before the phone. My friends would have video cameras, and we would, maybe pretend to make a movie with the video camera, or, we'll just do a fake interview with the video camera. This is before cell phone cameras. And, I used to get up in front of the camera and talk to the camera, saying weird stuff or whatever, but it was fun. It was fun, and it's fun to look back on those times. So that's the reason why I want to do a video like this. Just a generic, there's no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing right now. It's just spitting. One last thing. Mike Tyson, what are you doing, man? I think he's getting paid, but you fight a kid. This kid has no regard for champions from back in the day. This kid doesn't care. He'll beat up a senior citizen. Mike Tyson is a senior citizen, dude. Like, the Mike Tyson of the late 80s and early 90s is a different Mike Tyson than Mike Tyson in 2024. Come on, man. This is an old dude, man. I could probably beat Tyson. I mean, he might give me some work of that. But if I'm in shape, I'm young enough to probably, do good against Mike. But if I were to fight Mike Tyson in the late 80s and early 90s, I'd be on the canvas. There's no question about it, dude. There's no question about that. So, like, you're fighting an old man. He's almost 60 years old. It's like, how is this even possible? Like, what are we doing? Muhammad Ali didn't even fight that long. And the last time Muhammad Ali, he fought against Larry Holmes. And Ali was what? He was like late 40s. And he was way past his prime, dude. And when you watch that fight, it's hard to watch. You got a young Larry Holmes just beating up an old Muhammad Ali that's a shell of his former self. I don't want to see that. I didn't want to see that. Muhammad Ali was more than boxing. And you got this young guy in there just mauling him. It looks like, You ever see those videos where like young kids, they just punch an old person while they're walking on the street, and it's like, dude, what was that for? That's ridiculous. That's disgusting. That's how it feels. Like that's how it feels watching that young Larry Holmes beat up on Ali. And it's going to be the same thing with, unless this is just like some sort of exhibition fight that's, they're not really hitting each other hard. They're just kind of sparring. Unless it's like that, I mean, I don't want to see a young kid full of testosterone beating on a senior citizen Mike Tyson. I don't want to see that. That's just my opinion. It makes no sense. I want to watch two fighters in their prime go at it. Like, this is clown circus stuff. And I understand Mike Tyson likes to make money, but you make money on your podcast. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, you want to dare to be great? I don't know. I guess we'll see. But it's just another distraction at the end of the day. So am I going to, go out of my way to see this? No, of course not. Nope. Got other things to do, man. And I think you should too. So let me know if you like this kind of content where I'm just ranting on different topics. Give me a thumbs up. It lets me know what kind of content to do. It's kind of difficult being a content creator, trying to come up with different videos and different things to talk about, and I ultimately want to provide value, and I don't see the point. If there's no value to provide, I just don't see the point. Like, I don't see the point in just gossiping about celebrities. It doesn't. But I understand how the audience is. The audience needs something to be entertained by, or else they're just gonna fall asleep, and then they won't get that one nugget that's valuable because they just fell asleep or clicked off the video. So, I mean, if you did like this kind of video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section. I'm about to drink some tea and get some rest and call it a day. Over and out.